so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here live to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, we start off the round of 16 for the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K&N Series, and we're doing it in style right here at Darlington Raceway. Guys, this track has more nicknames than Rick Hammond Jr. She's known as the Lady in Black, and the track too tough to tame. It is Darlington Raceway. 1.3 miles around this. Well, we're going to call it an oval, but it's a little bit different. We've got 221 laps here of stage racing to go, and we've got stage racing, like I just said. Lap 50 is going to be the end of the first stage. Lap of 105, then a battle to the end at 221. My name is Chris, and with me tonight, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you, buddy?
Hey man, I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here at the track with too many nicknames, more than Rick Hammond Jr. And I'm excited, man. The chase starts tonight.
It sure does. Also joining us up here in the booth, our good friend, COVID Toe, Terry Foster. Terry, what's going on, brother?
Man, hanging out with you guys as usual, man. Loving this tonight. Darlington, man. Big news just on this track. The big news on this track is going to be that Darlington stripe. How many cars are going to walk away tonight without that stripe, guys?
And these guys are out on track, getting the last bits of practice in here with about 14 minutes to go here in practice. Then it's 10 minutes of qualifying, guys. And Terry, I know that you are looking to talk to somebody right now. He's out on track. I don't know if we want to bother him right at the moment, but we got some other stuff we can talk about anyway. So let's go ahead and do it. This is the round of 16. The whole season kind of works down to this. On your screen right now, the top 16 drivers, the only drivers, Terry, that can win the championship. And some of these guys have a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. Last week we talked all night about John Perkins. Due to another driver leaving Blazing Pedals this week, John Perkins is now in the chase. He moved to 17th, right up to 16th. So look for John to maybe do something out here tonight, guys.
Yeah, John Perkins, definitely somebody we're going to be watching out for, but let's go through the entire list. These guys are going to be our main focus kind of from here on out, guys, as of course, obviously, with the amount of wins he has coming into tonight, Jamie Walker comes into tonight as their points leader. Then it's Dalton Kilroe, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, Ian Habiuk, your top five, Rick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see. And then of course we got the three of the Shermanator, Corey Sherman, right now sitting in sixth there. Jason Powell, of course, locked in with his win, sitting in the seventh position. Rick Thompson in eighth, Ryan Dees in ninth, and TNA and BS Motorsports own Aaron Bockover.
Aaron Bockover, one of those drivers to make it in. Then it's Nick Okie, Brad Collins, Corey Rutherford, Ty Morosco, and David Bennett. And then we've already talked about the last driver on the list, John Perkins. And that's it, guys. Nobody else is going to be able to win the championship, Terry. The could have beens must be driving you crazy here, as you are just under that line.
Yeah, I'm showing 17th right now, and it kills me watching these guys go around this track each week. I enjoy being here with you guys, but as a driver, you want to be on that track with your buddies out there, running these laps down. And I don't know if I could have been up there in contendance, but I would have gave it one hell of a shot.
Well, that's the only thing you can do, right? Is you offer up a little serving and see if the track is going to take it. And unfortunately, the COVID foot got you one more time. So let's go ahead and talk to him. I know he is off track right now because I can see him. Let's get Ian Habiuk up here so that Terry can take a walk down pit road.
Ian Habiuk, got me? Hey, Ian, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy, last week's Daytona winner in that 16. I mean, you won by .007. A hell of a win last week, man. Has it finally caught up with you that you won the race?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to hear you right now.
Oh, sorry.
Sounds a little too loud right now. All right. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I asked, has it set in yet that you won the race?
Well, yeah, it has. But I mean, Daytona being Daytona, that's kind of like more of a luck rather than skill, I'd say. So, I mean, I'm kind of hoping for a better result here at Darlington, hopefully a win. But I don't know this track. I mean, I've never really liked this track to begin with, but right now I think I'm fifth in practice, so we should be good there, and I'm looking forward for qualifying.
Yes, right now you are sitting fifth with a 28.7, right behind D's with a 28.7 also. Last week, I can't remember where you came into the points at, but with that win, you locked it into fifth place. So, You have to get a good finish here, that's for sure, just to keep up with the Joneses, I guess. They're in the top 16 to make sure you get in that round of 12. Next week, the week after, we're still staying on them short tracks with Richmond and Bristol. What's your plans there? Do you know?
Well, I did NASCOM earlier, last night actually, with Sam and Mark getting the setup dialed in. And I can say, like, I definitely feel comfortable at Richmond a lot more than I did going in. So that's definitely a positive. And Darlington, I thought I was going to eat the wall so many times in practice. No, I mean, I haven't been as bad as I was right now. So, I'm just looking forward for next week. And then, really just get a good showing this week. Basically just keep it rolling, keep it underneath ourselves, and don't wreck.
10-4 now. Is Dad spotting for you tonight, or are you on your own?
No, I'm on my own. I think I'm going to be on my own for the rest of the season.
10-4. All right, man, I see you guys are starting to qualify, so get on out there, get some good numbers, and good luck tonight, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
That's Ian Habiak, driver of the number 16. And Terry just took a walk down pit road. Terry, it must have been loud out there as a lot of drivers fired up to get around this track early and often here for qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, we have the open qualifying as we have from the beginning of the season. We got 10 minutes of qualifying. These guys get out there. And I know I say it every week, don't touch a car, don't touch a wall, or that lap will not count. So see what these guys got in them for qualifying. That right now, Jamie Walker showed the top of the leaderboard of the 28.6.
Yeah, good time here for Walker, and looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin just squeezes him out. John Perkins in his 33, sitting in third spot. Very quickest here for the 33. Not a bad run out of the guy who almost didn't make it. Nick Okie going to be behind him in fourth. How about Marquis Smith? Man, you want to talk about a driver that's kind of trying to reinvent himself. Marquis Smith right now, fifth quickest here in this practice. 3 laps in. It's not even practice anymore, Rick. It's actually qualifying. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was like, what is that? I was just keeping quiet, buddy.
Well, don't do that.
I mean, that's surprised Jamie Walker out there on the pole, though, because during practice, he was the fastest guy out there, so kind of interesting to see. Look at Rick Thompson. Oh, now in fifth. Blake Decker. Oh, Woodside back.
Yeah, Woodside's back in that number 92. Fourth quickest right now, just ahead of Rick Thompson. Thompson bringing it down on the pit road. A lot of throwback themes here, guys. That's something we haven't talked about much yet. I know you guys were talking about it pre-race, but I was kind of occupied, so I wasn't joining in on the conversation. I'm just now starting to catch up on some of these paint jobs, and I think my paint of the week is going to have to go to the 64. Joshua Rutherford, that Mario Kart number 64. I love it.
Now, I asked these guys if they was doing paints this week to please send me a private message. That way nobody knows what they're doing. And he sent that to me. Well, his brother Corey sent what they were doing. I was like, well, I don't remember a Mario Kart being on anybody's car.
It doesn't matter, Terry. It's a throwback.
I
love it.
I'm with you, man. I mean, and if you look at his brother Corey Rutherford, he has, I forgot already what it was.
Finding Nemo, baby.
Yeah, Finding Nemo right on the hood of that car. And there's some other ones out there I'm sure we'll get to look at here later on through the race.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The old Nemo, I dig it. I dig it a lot. Congratulations to those two drivers who really did make an effort here on these paints. I love it. Yeah, we got Don Kilrow right now sitting in second spot, and unfortunately for him, that's where he's been pretty much all season long. He has got a little ground to make up on Jamie Walker coming into tonight. But again, we'll get into some of that stuff a little bit later as he just maybe touches the brakes a little too hard. Right front goes into that outside retaining wall. How about the Nesquik, number 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin? Another really good looking car out there.
I like chocolate milk.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I can drink it.
I mean, I prefer Monument Farms, but, Nesquik will work in a pinch.
I tell you what, a funny paint scheme we got out here. My teammate, 44, above his tire. I don't know why Corey done that, but he put my name as a car owner on top of that 44. That is funny.
I wish he would come out so I could get a good look at it, but right now he is on pit road. Hasn't come out for any qualifying laps yet. About 14 drivers have, though, and still quickest of the bunch, the 88 of Jamie Walker. His last time by, well, let's go with his best time by. How about that? A 28.53 for Jamie Walker. Second place belongs to Derek Paulson right now, a 28.59, a 28.62 for Dalton Kilrow in third spot. Big's going on around here in Blazing Pedals. Every Sunday night, though, we are here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Want to go ahead and thank Mark and Sam once again for having us out here. Want to go ahead and thank also the Pride Outdoor Network. We are right now simulcasting. If you haven't checked them out yet, check them out after the race if you're here on YouTube. PrideOutdoorNetwork.com. Check them out. There's some pretty cool shows on there. I know Rick loves to watch some of the cooking shows, as do I. I get in on some of that old hunting stuff. I love it.
I think so. Yeah, it's hard to find stuff like that on TV now. I mean, I dropped cable about a year and a half ago, and Pride's actually really helped fill that whole role of missing the hunting and the fishing shows, and of course the cooking shows. That's something that I definitely got to watch. I like to go fast, and I like to eat.
Nothing wrong with eating.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no problem with either one of those things. Marquis Smith coming back out on track in his beautiful purple number 21. And look at that, a little Superman on the side this week.
I thought that was Batman.
Man, really?
No,
Yeah.
Batman didn't have a little curly Q on his hair.
And an S on the hood. Oh boy. Now, my last week's winner, Ian Habiak, so far still looking for some speed out of the track. Hasn't quite found it yet. Right now, 13th quickest, a 29.02, his best lap time. And a lot of these guys right now are picking off some of their best lap times so far here in qualifying. Dalton Kilrow, Caleb Butcher Benjamin, John Perkins, Blake Decker, Brian Dees, to name a few. These guys are starting to find some additional speed out there.
Yeah, I was just sitting there looking at everybody. Corey Sherman, Aaron Bockover, Fred Thompson, Tom Roscoe's on track now trying to lay down some laps, but the three I just mentioned have not qualified yet, and they may not be qualifying, guys.
And they may not. And there's this other guy that's going to show up in our points and scoring here tonight. It's going to be Terry DeMan Foster. Unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately for us, we have him up in the booth. He's not driving.
I know, but he's got a cool throwback paint.
It is?
Oh, yeah, it's the best, actually. And unfortunately, we won't be able to see it here tonight. But it is awesome, Rick. I think you did the best job on that.
That one took me some time. I had to dig for some fonts and the old Marlboro font. I had to find it. All good. We'll see it next season, I'm sure. Unless he tells me to change it up.
No, we're not going to change, buddy. I like it. You may get to see it one time yet this season on track. I have one race I've been looking at. I might get out here so I can help my boys.
Oh, no. All right, now curiosity's getting the cat, Terry. You can't just say something like that and leave it at that. We've got a minute 20 here left in qualifying. And I want to know, Terry, what track is drawing the attention of the man, Terry Foster?
Well, it's none of these three that were these first three, but it's going to be in the second round. If both of my guys make it in the second round, I may retire the broadcasting booth for one race. Now, if you... okay, it's Talladega. How's that? Happy now?
All right, thank you. Now, what you really mean to say is you're going to give somebody else the keys to the car, and he's going to race it for you while I'm up here calling. And I'm not going to say any names other than, you know, he happens to be in the booth, and it's not Terry, but somebody that I know is pretty damn quick around those super speedways.
Well, here's what we can do. I can give him the keys to that 86, and I can spot for him. How's that?
Ricky Bobby don't need no spotter, brother.
Hey, you will if you're on fire.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
Hoping to get my underwear back out, you know?
Yeah, 5 seconds left here at qualifying. Blake Decker having a little fun at the end of it and stuffs it into that inside retaining wall. He is just having a good time. It's good to see him out there again. Guys, I kind of really did miss Blake Decker. He is one of those guys that's been around since, since Rick and I took over the broadcasting here every Sunday night for the TRJKarting.com series, whatever it may have been. And, well, let's face it, it was the trucks when we started.
2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah, man, it's amazing how fast it goes by, isn't it?
Well, we kind of talked about that last week. You know, Ian's birthday, he's 18, and he was, 13, 14, 15, something like that when we started, when he started in with Blazing Pedals. And, we've watched this guy just grow up right in front of us on the track.
Yeah, we really have. I want to say thank you to all those people out there watching both on YouTube and on the Pride Outdoor Network. Again, you're watching the first round of 16 here for the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedal series. And man, oh man, have you picked a good one to come to. It's Darlington, and we are getting ready to grid them up. First, let's get a word in from Ethan.
Driver stages.
Oh man, I love the kid. I just do. I love the kid so much.
I think Dad took him the other day, got him a new haircut. He looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that. He did look good. That was pretty cool. And it's pretty cool that we're a part of this family. And with that, let's go ahead and get that grid music up and running, because it is time to fire them up here, boys. And I cannot wait. Starting on the pole tonight, it's the driver of the number 88, the TRJKarting.com Chevrolet of Jamie Walker. To his outside, it's going to be the 41 out of Top Flight Racing. It's going to be Dalton Kilroe. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the 6 out of Top Flight Racing. It's Derek Polson. Starting in 4th spot, outside second row, another Top Flight Racer. It's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Is starting in 5th spot. It's inside row number 3. It's the 21 of Marquis Smith. Starting in 6th spot. How about the 9 of Nick Okie out of Top Flight Racing? Speed Mafia breaks them up. The 33 of John Perkins going to start in 7th spot. And the Speed Mafia number 76 going to be starting in 8th spot. Old Woodsides, the 92. Blake Decker going to be starting on the inside of row number 5, and to his outside, Rick, it's going to be the 17. Out of S&M Motorsports, it's Brian Dees.
In the work in progress, racing number 64 of Joshua Rutherford going to be starting in 11th. On his outside is last week's winner, locked himself into this chase. It's the 16 TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry of Ian Haviuk in 12th. Corey Rutherford, another work in progress racing driver in the 55, qualified that spot, or in that spot, number 13. And Eric Garrison out of the Mid-South, going to be starting the 15 and 14th position. David Bennett got his Canadian 13, qualified in 15th position. And on his outside, the 44 TNA Motorsports driver of Aaron Bockover. Ty Barrasco got the S&M Motorsports number 1, qualified in 17th. Next to him, the other TNA/BS Motorsports driver, Corey the Shermanator Sherman, going to be starting at 18th. Brad Thompson in the 46 out of Speed Mafia, qualified in 19th position. And he's running up the field because I hear Terry Foster's getting a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Terry Foster. Oh, Terry. All right,
Yeah,
guys. We're getting ready to go. Pace car is off the track. Getting ready to go. Green flag racing for the first time tonight, the 88. It's the loud pedal. We are under green.
Look at Walker taking no time to make his moves there at the beginning of the race, guys. As soon as that green flag dropped, he was gone. And he's got a little gap in between him and Dalton Kilroe right now.
All the fun and games of the regular season are done. The 88 has put on his serious mask underneath that helmet, and he is rocking and rolling. He's got Dalton Kilroy right behind him. Talk about your top two. Well, yeah, they're the top two in points coming into tonight, and they are ready to roll. Derek Paulson in third spot. He's another one of those chase drivers, guys, sitting in third spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, again, one of the chase drivers by virtue of winning at that Talladega track that Terry was so interested in racing later on this season. Marquis Smith, unfortunately, has not run enough races to have qualified, but Marquis out there trying to make himself whole as a driver once more. Nick Okie in the 9 car runs in the 6th position. John Perkins in 7th. Blake Decker, Rick Thompson, and Brian Dees round out your top 10.
Joshua Rutherford still sitting there in 11th. Corey Rutherford, his brother, got up one position, sitting in 12th position. Ian Haybiak fell down to 13th position so far. Ty Morosco, so far, the biggest mover, up 3 positions in that one machine to 14th. The 15 of Eric Garrison is in 15th position. Aaron Bach over 16th. Corey the Shermanator Sherman is sitting in 17th. David Bennett fell all the way down to 18th, guys. Not sure exactly what's going on. And Fred Thompson still sitting in the 19th position.
I'll let you know what happened to Bennett here. Corey Sherman got under him, started coming around him, and Bennett lost control, got up to the wall. He may have a little bit of damage on his car.
Well, so the first stripe has been laid on Bennett here tonight. The track Too Tough to Tame is starting to live up to her name already. The Lady in Black rocking and rolling here for 221 laps here tonight. Remember, it is stage racing. First stage going to end at the end of lap 50. And Terry, I guess I'm going to ask you, what is it that you're looking for here out of your first stage? Are you trying to figure out your car still? Are you trying to figure out a gas run? What is it that you're looking for out of the first stage?
Well, Chris, this track I'm not really that familiar with. I'm sorry to say that. Bennett about got into the wall again. I know the fuel run on this is going to be between 30 to 32 laps. I asked one of the drivers today what kind of fall off on his tires he had after a fuel run. He said they were down to about 82 to 85% on the tires. So the fuel run, yeah, I think you're going to have to save your tires because you only get 4 sets counting when you start going.
All right, so what you're looking for is to learn how to save your tires around this track, and that's no easy task here. And it's something that you're going to learn here, especially on a nice long green flag run, which is what it looks like we're setting up for here early on. Right now, Blake Decker sitting in that 6th spot. He just went around Nick Okie. Okie had a little bit of, Decker goes sideways coming out of the corner. Blake Decker holds on to it. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we had a driver that did, and it could be the 44 of Aaron Backover. Backover heads into the corner. The one gets into the 55, and oh my goodness, Backover gets the worst end of that one as Morosco gets into the backside of the 55, sounds out the early trumpet for the first caution. We're going to go back and watch one more time. And as we're watching the one of Ty Morosco, he kind of gets into the backside of the 55, and everything would have been okay, but the 44 had no place to go.
I know Aaron's not happy about that. It's just that he's been practicing this damn thing all week.
It looks like he may have even taken a tow, which could be devastating for the Backover machine, as he is going to go down a lap. Ty Morosco looks like he's down a lap. Maybe Fred Thompson as well. Guys, this is the first caution of the evening. We're going to step away for just one moment as these guys kind of get themselves settled back in. We will be right back. We're back live here from Darlington, and well, caution number 1 in the books here. And Terry, I believe you got word from the admins as to who got dinged with it.
Yeah, Chris, Race Control come up and said that was the one getting into the back of the 55. So the one gets the EOL, but since he went down a few laps, they will not be issuing that penalty out. So whenever he gets back on track, he's good to go.
All right, well, that's the one car of Ty Morosco getting dinged, and it looks like he may be heading back out onto the racing surface. Aaron Bockover still, unfortunately, on pit road, and that is not a good sign for Aaron as he is stuck on the pit road. It looks like now he is coming back out onto the racing surface. We're going to have to see what that damage does to him. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to go back under the green flag, as right now it is working the backstretch, heading into turns 3 and 4, and ready to set these cars free one more time. Your race leader, Jamie Walker, choosing the outside lane for this restart. Jamie Walker hits that loud pedal. Here we go, back under the green flag as it is waving, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin fights with Derek Paulson, his teammate, for second spot.
And just like the beginning of the race, Jamie Walker in that 88, man, he got one good jump on these guys, and he's gone. It's going to be a little bit before they all catch back up to him.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you have the, what do we call it, the leader's advantage, right? When you have that, and it is certainly tough for everybody else on a restart. But as these cars start getting back up to speed, we should be able to see them make a little ground here on Walker. The problem, though, Terry, and we've seen this already, is Walker's pretty darn quick around this track.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, maybe some people might be watching this. Well, why didn't he wait to take off like he did last week at Daytona? Well, there's no drafting here. And you get in front of these guys and take off real fast, they're going to play all day trying to catch up with you. And that's exactly what the Butcher's trying to do, too, is catch up to him.
Well, that's it. Hey, right now it looks like Marquis Smith working the inside of John Perkins, looking to try and take away a spot from him. Perkins was just getting around Marquis, and Perkins makes that one stick. So John Perkins now up into the top 5 in his number 33. Marquis Smith falls one spot back into the 6th spot. Rick Thompson in his number 76 is up to 7th spot. He started in 8th, so he's made a little bit of ground. And one guy who hasn't in the top 10 is going to be Nick Okie. Okie in his 9 car down 2 spots, as is Dolan Kilroe in the 41. Both drivers down 2 spots. Marquis Smith down 1. Everybody else in the top 10 has made ground until just now, and that is Derek Paulson, who got passed by the 41 of Dolan Kilroe. So now Paulson down 1 spot. That's not a bad place to be, you know, top 10. Only 4 drivers have lost position. Everybody else has picked up, except for Jamie Walker, and I think we know why.
Yeah, definitely. He's fast, man. He's good. You know, I'm sitting there watching Perkins. I'm just thinking, I don't think that guy wants to go to work on Sundays for a while, and I think his boss is named David. And David, thanks again, man, for letting John off to do this. We appreciate you letting him have his time doing this, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool of you, actually. And, well, let's hope that he makes it worth your while, Dave, because right now, hey, look, man, you got yourself a top 5 driver out there.
I think next season, John ought to put his business on the side of that car.
I think you're right. I mean, why wouldn't you? Ooh, Ian Habiuk, I'm watching him. He just came off from the corner, turn 2, and man, that car was sideways. He's looking to try and get one of those stripes early here as we're working a lap 19 of 221. Remember, our first caution scheduled at the end of lap 50 here, Terry.
Now, I was not paying attention to pit road. Do you know if any of the guys came down pit road other than the damaged cars to get fuel? Do you know that?
Yeah. How about all of them except for your top 2 right now? Jamie Walker and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin both stayed out. Everybody else came down for fuel, and it was fuel only.
Okay, so I would say start looking for Jamie and Taylor. Within the next 10 to 12 laps, they should be pitting then.
All right, so we're going to keep an eye on our top two. Fred Thompson, the last driver on the lead lap, and well, we could see out of the last camera shot, Jamie Walker. Oh, there it is right there. He is on the same stretch. So Fred is on the lead lap right now, but boy, I'm going to say about 5 laps, and he won't be much longer because the 88 is just a rocket ship around this track.
Yeah, I just watched the 21 of Marquis Smith take his spot back again from the 33 of John Perkins. There's a heck of a pass there on the inside of him.
Yeah, well, the 21, he's got a little something to prove. Let's face it, he hasn't had the best season. He knows that. He really is trying to reinvent himself, and right now, he is, at least you can say this about the man, he is here consistently, week in and week out now that he took his break. And with that break, has found a newfound confidence. Last week, certainly not the week that he wanted, but hey, look, it's Daytona. Anything can happen there.
Yeah, even I got my car crashed and it wasn't even on the track.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly it. Somehow, some way, you can find a way to get dented up on Daytona. I want to say one thing real quick. Last week, Rick and I were behind the wheel, and I predicted before the race started, I said, Rick, you are going to beat me tonight. And sure enough, he had a nice solid top 10, and he beat the snot out of me.
I believe he actually got 10th, if I'm not mistaken, because I did watch that race, and at the end there, I seen Cody, I think ran the ticker across there, and I think he got 10th place.
Cody, just one of the other members here in the Turn 3 Racing Network stable, and I'll tell you, the kid has a heck of a future. He has got a voice on him, and he does not stop. Unfortunately, I won't have him in the booth here for the next couple of weeks. But that was last week. This is this week, and right now, Jamie Walker up front in his number 88, and he is spread out just a little bit here, about 1.5 seconds over Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in that number 10 car, and you see the gap on track. That is what it looks like, guys. 1.5 seconds around this track. It's a long ways. Let's take a look in at some of the speeds that Jamie Walker is getting here as he crosses the start-finish line about 158 miles an hour into turn 172 before he starts blowing it up. I'll tell you what, man, that is some speed around this track.
I was sitting there watching Dalton Kilroe just a minute ago, and man, he come off of, I want to say 2, almost sideways. I think he finally got it under control and said, man, I can't be doing this too early in the race.
It's not good for the tires, number 1, and number 2. Look, you want to kind of wait to get that stripe across the right side. Right now, the 41 is running clean and running in 3rd spot. Derek Paulson, though, right behind him in the 6 car, maybe slowly reeling him in. We're going to have to keep an eye on this battle. Both of these drivers in the chase, Terry, and every position counts now. From today's race right to the very end, you want to get the best finishes that you can, because what is it now? You're one of the admins here. It goes from round of 16 to round of 8, right?
No, sir, 12.
Ah, 12. See, this is why we have you around, Terry.
Then we go to 4, then that very last race, the winner, the best finisher of that top 4 will be crowned the Blazing Pedals champion of 2020.
Now, one of the things that happens here in Blazing Pedals, and I dig this a lot actually, is that championship race, nobody knows where it's going to be, at least not yet. There's a big vote that happens, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Mark puts it out there. We cannot vote on a road course or a super speedway. We try to pick the best track, the best race we had on whatever track it was. I think last year it was Michigan, and if I'm not mistaken, I think a couple guys kind of decided what track we were going to because we hadn't had a tie.
Yeah, there was a tie, and Rick and I came away with the final vote, and man, you guys had a heck of a race at Michigan, and we wanted to see it again. And it did not disappoint for that championship race last season. And I always got Michigan right in my back pocket. You guys tie up again. I've got something a little different for you this year, though.
Oh boy,
You're all gonna hate me.
North Wilkesboro.
Y'all gonna hate me.
I'm not racing, so I ain't gonna care.
Well, Don
If
Kilrow.
any drivers want to know, I can get you the PayPal information and.
Oh, true. Yeah, we can be bought.
Guys, about
Absolutely.
2 laps ago, I watched 21 Marquis Smith come off of 4, and he was laid into the wall for a little bit. He ain't got much of a scratch, but he was in the wall for at least a good second or so.
Yeah, Marquis is going after that stripe, and he may have just a little one there, as he's down 3 spots from the start of this race, down to 8th position. Nick Okie was able to get around him, along with Rick Thompson and John Perkins. Now Thompson goes around John Perkins. Perkins really, I think, got a little on the tight side there, had to woe it up big time, and Rick Thompson able to get around him, no problem at all.
Yeah, driver number 3 car, Corey Sherman. Man, he started 18th. He's already moved up 9 spots, guys, up in 9th.
Yeah, Corey Sherman with a bit of a different paint job out there. I don't know why he did it, but he did it. Looks like
It looks good. It looks good.
Looks like the bastard child between Dale Sr. and Richard Petty, but we'll take it.
And if you see the hood on that, that hood symbol on his hood. That is his logo from his company of Savage Edge.
Guys, big news. Jamie Walker has brought it down pit road. That surrenders the lead off to Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Benjamin started in 4th spot here tonight. Now is your race leader. And Benjamin, the only other driver that has not come down pit road. I believe that's changing right now as he starts to woe it up, and man, does he slide. Getting on to pit road, a challenge here at Darlington, and it looks like the Butcher was able to finally woe it up enough, but here comes Derek Paulson now as your new race leader. Lap number 35. We've got about 15 laps to go for stage number 1.
I watched Jamie in that 88 take his pit stop. He only took fuel, guys. I'm watching the Butcher right now, and let's see what he's going to do.
I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to do anything more than just fuel at this point. A lot of things change when we're in a championship run. Now it's not a matter of, well, guys, I'm locked in, I can do whatever I want. Now it's well, I got to do the right thing here to finish the best that I can. And right now John Perkins is doing just that, guys. He's ahead of Nick Okie, and Okie running in 5th spot had gotten to the back bumper. The 33 is starting to pull away just a little bit. The 33 coming on strong here in that Dodge.
Chris, Rick, I don't know what's going on with the 10 of Taylor Butcher, but he's still in the pits.
Oh, that's not good.
No, and I was kind of looking, maybe getting some damage fixed, let the optional go through. Real getting in the way, had to step away for a moment. Service is now complete on the 10.
KR Stolfus out in chat saying something very simple. It is, don't hit the wall. Yeah, KR, that's exactly the big point here. You do not want that stripe on the right side, but more importantly, you don't want it across the front bumper. You don't want it across the back bumper. You don't want it on the left side. Look, you don't want a stripe here at all. One caution so far early on in this one, around lap 9, and we have been green ever since. And right now, Jamie Walker, who was leading, well, he's led most of this race. The first driver 1 lap down, because he had to come down and get fuel when everybody else had already taken it during that caution. Will it be enough for some of these drivers to be able to get around and complete stage number 1 here tonight?
Yeah, we got about, 13 laps left, I believe, till we hit the next stage. Somewhere in there. 11?
I'm going to go with 12, and because it's the end of lap 50. But, to each their own with the math.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio, so actually I was skipping around on different cars, and I think I was on actually Walker, so he was actually a lap down. Easy, come on now.
Ian Habiak bringing his 16 car down onto pit road, so he was a driver that didn't think he was going to make it. He's coming down pit road for what will be the second time for him tonight, I believe. I might be wrong, actually. I'm looking at it. Looks like I was wrong before. Ian Habiak down pit road for the first time here tonight, and he kind of picked an odd time to do it, guys, here with just about 11 laps to go here, or 10 laps to go.
Yeah, now we have another new race leader there, Dalton Kilroe.
Had to take my socks off to count that one.
Want me to bring over the abacus?
Yes, the abacus would be great. Thank you.
Didn't the abacus use apples?
Well, you know, they used whatever they could, and I'll tell you what, Dalton Kilroe is your race leader, but the 76 of Rick Thompson, he was like, nope, I think I want to read this one, and sure enough, he goes right around the 41. Where did Rick Thompson come from, guys?
About 7 places behind where he is now.
Yeah, he started in 8th place tonight. Now your race leader on lap number 42, Rick Thompson, pushing hard here to try and get some all-important championship bonus points.
Guys, it looks like Dalton Kilroe tried to get to the pits but missed it. And watch the kid, the Hurricane. He did come down the pit. He got his fuel, and he got some 4-go fast on him.
Oh, boy. So either he forgot to select it, or, oh, hey, here comes Rick Thompson coming down pit road. Guys, a lot of these drivers had already come down, and they don't think they're going to make it. They're coming down pit road.
Makes it real interesting.
Terry, you're in last place, by the way.
Oh, shoot. One thing that Mark did decide to do for the chase, for all these races, that we're not going to be fuel races, kind of like we've been having. He made sure that these guys are going to do some bidding for that to get the fuel, but it ain't going to end up at the end of the race with the fuel race.
Man, Derek Paulson. Oh, Derek Paulson goes around, trying to get on pit road. He goes around, and John Perkins has to make a good move to try and stay out of the 6. He does. And man, oh man, that is going to give back the lead, I believe, to Jamie Walker, as we saw Derek Paulson. Now look, guys, I did say already here tonight, this pit road is not an easy one to get onto, and Derek Paulson, like he wanted to prove me right, goes around right before pit road entrance.
Yeah, Chris, Rick, when they come off that turn, they got to get down to 45 mile an hour before they get into that, by that cone.
So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for my button so I could see what the dashboards look like. Jamie Walker right now just hit 172 miles per hour.
So a little faster on those tires. And I don't believe he picked tires the last time. He didn't. So Walker is finding some speed, because at one point his top speed was about 170 before he had to let off the throttle. So Walker finding some speed here as the car loosens up with those tires.
175 that time around.
Yeah, Walker is just riding that thing on a rail. Rick Thompson running in second spot here in his 76. Derek Paulson recovers nicely, guys. He's running in third position with Marquis Smith right behind him, along with Dalton Kilroe in the 41. Marquis all over the back bumper, now goes down to the inside. Across the start-finish line, it's still going to be Derek Paulson, but heading into turn 1, Marquis has the inside. Cannot take advantage, a little bit of a wiggle out of that 21, as Derek Paulson holds true to that third spot.
And Dalton Kilroe is right behind him, guys. And Dalton would play it smart, just hold his spot, just get the 5 points. I think, he'd just get the 5 points at the end of the stage. He'll be sitting okay.
Well, stage is going to end here very quickly. About 3 more laps And Jamie Walker is doing everything he needs to do to try and win this stage, guys. And it's very important here, especially during the championship run. Every point counts. Every point matters. But you know what's even more important than that? Race wins. And Jamie Walker has come out to do just that here tonight. He has been by far the most dominant car here tonight at Darlington. And he is looking to try and lead just a couple more laps here of this stage.
I mean, we've been seeing it all season long. Walker's just came here to race this season, guys. I mean, 12 wins underneath his belt. He's got multiple. I didn't even count how many stages. I don't even think I count that high. He's looking here to do it again. He's got to go around one more time to finish out lap number 50 for stage 1 to end. And now he's working on Okie. Okie doesn't want to go another lap down.
No, everybody that is a lap down wants to stay where they are, not fall down another lap. And Okie has got a challenge because the 88 is running on rails right now. Coming out of turn number 4, the 88 looking down and decides to stay on the back bumper. A little bit of a gift there from the 88 as we go under caution for stage number 1.
Thompson came in second at the end of stage 1. Derek Paulson third. Dalton Kilrow fourth. Marquis Smith fifth. Corey the Shermanator Sherman sixth. John Perkins seventh. Blake Decker eighth. Brian Dees ninth. And Ian Habiak rounding out that top 10.
So it turns out to be a pretty good run here for Habiak, as at one point we kind of questioned his pit strategy, but now top 10 out of stage number 1. Gentlemen, I think it's time for us to take a little break here at the Turn 3 Racing Network booth as, well, stage 1 is done, and I can't speak for you guys, but I need a little bit of a break.
Jason Hamilton. I'm Director of Racing Operations and Event Management for NASCAR. I'm also the Series Director for the eNASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series on iRacing and the eNASCAR Ignite Series on iRacing. We're here at Myrtle Beach Speedway for a test session for Zach and Max, the 2 champions from the eNASCAR Peak Series and the eNASCAR Ignite Series. They're testing late models in partnership with Rev Racing. Opportunity for them to come out and showcase the skills that they built on iRacing in a full-size stock car for the first time.
Got in the car, got the wheel adjusted. Zach's in the car now. Get that set up for him, and be ready to roll here in a little bit.
The tips we got were basically just to try and keep it on the bottom as best as possible, and that's going to be the easiest way to keep the car in one piece and just not make any mistakes.
You're off the throttle for a long time. You're off the throttle longer than you actually think you need to be, but the corners are so long. If you try to pick the throttle up too fast, it's just going to either jerk the car loose or make it tight and it jerks. Any other questions? Nope. We'll try it, and if you have any trouble, need to talk about something, it's fine to stop. Always come off the racetrack like we did, a while ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that was crazy. I wanted to open it up a little bit more, but it was all about just keeping the car in one piece, being safe.
I have no complaints on that. So just now that you're out, you can relax and think about what you did, and then we'll apply to the next round. Okay. Yeah, you did very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
You make me nervous, but you didn't. You didn't make me nervous this time. Yeah. So that was good.
You good with the height now? Yeah. All right.
What about your gears? You know where they're at? First, second, third, fourth? Okay.
telling you now is what we've told him all along.
And you're doing fine.
Yeah.
You're doing perfect. We're just trying to help those little places to gain more. My name is Mark Green. I work for Rev Racing. I am the driver development.
Back alive here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com. Round 1 of the championship run. Your race leader going to be Jamie Walker. Marquis Smith going to start to his outside. Rick Thompson, Derek Paulson, 3rd and 4th. Blake Decker and John Perkins rounding out the top 6. Guys, we're getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car on the backstretch.
And Chris and Rick, something I alluded to earlier, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in his 10, he is now a lap down after being up there running in the front.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was on pit road for quite a while, and I was looking around his car. I didn't see much damage, so hopefully everything's okay for TBB.
Pace car pulls down onto pit road, and here we go again. The 88 hits that loud pedal. Back under the green flag we go. Man, what a jump once again for Jamie Walker, who definitely isn't playing a game here tonight. He wants this win, and the 88 is doing everything that he can to do it.
Now, here's the thing you guys got to remember. This is the first race of the round of 16. We only have 2 more races, then it's going to go to round 8. So getting a win, winning those stages, getting a good finish, position during those stages is key.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
What is 4 from 16?
I don't know.
It's 12.
Or round 12, that's right. 8. I'm just going to keep eating my caramel apple here.
Rick Thompson gets around Marquis Smith for 2nd spot. Rick Thompson is having a fantastic night. Oh, Blake Decker gets into the wall. There's a big stripe for the 92. Blake Decker was in 5th spot, and now John Perkins going to take advantage. Here comes the kid. The 16 of Ian Habiat goes down to the inside. He takes spot away from Blake Decker. Habiat not done yet. He gets around the 21. The kid is moving here at Darlington.
Look who's following him through, the 15 of Garrison right now, sitting in 7th as he gets around Decker. Here comes Brian Dees. Blake just can't catch his break.
And that hit up into the wall for that 92, Blake Decker. He done exactly what we preach about every week with these guys. He held it right up there where he's supposed to, let traffic clear out, bring it back on track and go.
Garrison gets around Marquis Smith, and then Brian Dees. Oh, Marquis into the wall, bounces the thing off from the wall, and he is slow right now. Marquis Smith has damage on that number 21. With all that being said, guys, how about the kid up 7 spots to 5th position right now for the 16? The TRJKarting.com Toyota is really moving here.
Looking at the side of that 21 of Marquis Smith, old Superman's got a headache. He's got some scratches on his face.
Yeah, the stripe is solid.
Ooh. Looking like Zorro now.
That's funny.
I know, it shows my age too, huh?
Top 3 drivers, Walker, Paulson, and Perkins. Rick Thompson was racing pretty well up in that 2nd spot, but all of a sudden finds himself in the 4th position as he got passed by a couple of drivers.
I think John Perkins found a way around this track guy. He is fast. He's doing a hell of a job staying up there in the 3rd.
And the lights are going to start coming on here pretty soon, Terry.
Yep, track's going to cool off a little bit more. These guys get a little bit more grip, maybe be even a little faster.
Well, with speed, you have to be a little careful. You carry that speed, it's going to carry you to that wall. The stripes are not done yet here tonight from Darlington. The Lady in Black is set and ready to duke it out with anybody who gets a little too close to that outside wall.
I see some drivers out there, they're flirting with it. Been running pretty tight against that wall there.
Eric Garrison in the 15. Doing a fine job here tonight. He's up 7 spots to 7th place after starting 14th. And that thin blue line, number 15.
Going through the cars on the right side, guys. About 5 or 6 cars out there's got some. The lady got a hold of them.
It's funny. See, you're fitting into the booth well, Terry. I was just doing the same thing, and yeah, you're right. Some people have already earned their stripes for the night. I don't think they want any more.
Corey Sherman in his BS Motorsports, number 3. Inside the top 10. He's up 8 spots from the start of this race. So a good run here out of Sherman, as he is following his teammate Aaron Bockover. Bockover right now being scored 1 lap down. Could be so much worse though.
Yeah, he could be like his teammate in the 86 there. He's, what, 66 laps down right now?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. One thing with Corey Sherman, guys, he is 6 in points without a win. Let's see. So he's been up there pretty much all season. He's done a hell of a job this year.
Well, we often talk about it, Terry. I know we probably haven't said it much since you've been in the booth, but it really does come down to consistency. And Sherman is proving us right once again, because, again, without a win, you know, a top 10 in points, that means he's been up front doing what he has to do week in and week out. And, man, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I think last week was the first time that we actually got to talk to the Shermanator in Victory Lane, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he got a 3rd. Oh, man. I don't have my stats pulled up. But he got another 3rd sometime this season.
Oh, yes, we talked about the shirts. I remember. But still, I mean, you know, it's had kind of a rough go towards the middle of the season where, you know, things, you get caught up in other people's messes, but has been very consistent. That's why he is where he is. I mean, he's doing a heck of a job here tonight so far. I think it's the Petty Blue.
Might be the Petty Blue, or it could be the Senior Black.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it's the Senior Black. I'm just going to put that out there.
And guys, Jamie Walker has just started blinking.
I was going to talk about that.
You know, he's actually been blinking quite a bit here tonight. Oh, one of the Rutherford boys into the wall, and he pins it in. So had another stripe. That one was, I believe, Joshua Rutherford.
Josh, yep.
He is the last driver on the lead lap.
Gotta look out for them banana peels.
Yeah, right?
And definitely stay away from the turtle shells because they spin you around.
Well, I say he was the last lap. Yeah, I don't believe he was on the lead lap anymore. Well, let's take a look at what our race leader is doing as far as speed goes. 171 off from the front stretch going through turn 2. He gets down to about 158 and starts hopping into that accelerator pedal one more time around the back stretch now. 174, 176, 7, 8, almost 180 miles an hour here on the back stretch. And this is with older tires, guys.
I just seen a hell of a move out of Dalton Kilroe. Took the kid, 16 Ian Habig, on the outside and passed him nice and clean.
That takes some intestinal fortitude around this track.
And I'm sure Dalton in that 41's got a little bit fresher tires than Ian in that 16 does.
No, what gets me about this track is as we're watching, you know, Ian or whoever you watch, you see that white dotted line there. Now, most people would think, well, hey, that's just another racing lane. You know, you see those all over the place. Charlotte's got them, Talladega. got that bottom half to the yellow line to the apron to race, but you don't want to go down there.
No, that's disastrous. You go down
Yes,
there.
it is.
It's there, and I suppose you could try, but you're not going to like the results. This is a very graduated bank. Oh, Ian Haybick into the wall. Hard into the wall. And man, oh man, I think he did some damage there. It looked worse for a moment, but now it looks like all the tires are underneath it. We're going to have to keep an eye on Ian Haybick, who slips back down to 8th spot after getting into the wall. Your race leader, Jamie Walker. Let's go ahead and climb on board with our race leader. We're going to see what it looks like out of his front window.
That sky looks nice.
Heading in turns 1 and 2. And watch that car drift up. Tires are starting to get a little angry here on the 88. Actually, that was 3 and 4. Now across the start finish line into 1 and 2. And the thing I want you guys to notice is, look at the racetrack. Look how it's getting dark in those corners up towards the top of the track. They don't call her the Lady in Black for nothing. By the time we're done with this race, it's going to be even darker than it is now. And man, there's not going to be a lot of grip up there.
You know, one thing I'm impressed with watching this in-car view of Jamie, just watching him working that steering wheel through every turn.
Yeah, you can't give up on the steering wheel on pretty much any racetrack, really, but a track like Darlington, it's it's kind of a track of her own.
So I don't know if you guys mentioned it. The 46, Fred Thompson, he is in the pits. He's got a lot of damage. I believe he's trying to get fixed right now.
That's too bad for Fred. Also on pit road, Marquis Smith in the 21, who I believe, well, we know he got into the wall and he kind of pinned it there, which is a great job for him, but not great for the car. Right now,
Yes,
Jamie Walker, excuse me 1 second, Terry. Jamie Walker sneaking up on the teammates. It looks like they're back on TNA Motorsports this week. But Aaron Bockover going to go down a lap here to the 88, and that exposes the 3 car of Corey Sherman. Sherman is the last car on the lead lap, and the 88, your race leader, right behind him. I want to thank everybody once again for coming on out here on a Sunday night. You're watching the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, or maybe you're watching it over on the Pride Outdoor Network. However you're taking it in, we really do appreciate you coming on out.
Yeah, and anybody that is watching this, if you're a Blazing Pedals fan, that's great. We're glad you're here on Sundays watching this guy, watching us down here every week. But I tell you what, man, Turn 3 has got races pretty much all week. All the guys, KR, Cody, that one dude, what's his name? Raj somebody, I can't remember his name. You know that guy.
Yeah, some guy named Roger, I think his name is.
Roger. But I tell you what, you guys want to watch some racing, they do an awesome job with every league that they all do. So check them out, hit that subscribe button, give them a thumbs up, all that good stuff.
Terry, you are going to be hired. You keep that up.
Yeah, I'm actually filling out his contract right now, Chris.
Oh, I know what my contract is with you. You've already done it once this year for me, so we're good to go.
Yeah, I ain't drinking another one of them things ever again.
Well, yeah, we ain't gonna put that picture up online, but you see the picture I sent.
I did.
Terry, if you could just go ahead and send any pictures on over to me on Facebook, through email, however you can. Hell, you can snail mail it to me. I'll snap a picture of it. I don't care.
This one's not a good one, though.
Yeah, I that's okay. The later into the season it goes, the more relaxed I get. Ian Haybick back up into the top 5 as Eric Garrison looks like he is on pit road. Here we are, guys, lap 83, and we haven't talked about it, but pit stops are certainly coming up.
Yeah, about 15 laps or so, 16 laps.
Yeah, some guys are doing it a little early. And I'll point out to Eric Garrison as an example. He's on pit road. Don't know if it's to try and fix damage or just to get fuel, but you know, Stage number 2 ends on lap 105. That's about 22 laps from now. Yeah, I would say if you come down and take fuel right now, you can make it the rest of the way.
I was just looking through, guys. David Bennett, his number 13, he did disconnect out of the race, so he's no longer here.
Good news is, though, he didn't come in last.
Well, even better news, Tim Habiak finally checking in on chat. Dudes, sorry, working on truck. 100% sober?
I seen what he was doing to his truck yesterday, so I don't know if his wife knows what he's doing, but wow.
Yeah, I kind of saw that too. Looks like he was putting in a little insulation there. Okay, hey, have at it. Oh lordy. Well, we were just on board with Ian Habiak, and right behind him, guys, or at least slowly starting to catch up, his teammate Jamie Walker, who again, he has just been on rails. That TRJKarting.com Chevrolet is just absolutely dominating the field. Second place, Rick Thompson, 9.1 seconds behind.
Look at John Perkins. He's getting ready to go into pit road, guys, but came in here, last minute entry into the chase due to a driver dropping, and having a good night here so far. So Perkins boss again, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Thanks for letting him have a night off, because he's out here to race for sure. Right now, guys, we only have 2 cars on the lead lap, and that's Walker and Paulson.
Yeah, those
Everybody
two
else
drivers
coming down pit road.
Ooh, here comes the 88.
Jamie.
Yeah, the 88 decides, okay, it's some time. It's like these guys were listening in when I said, you know, you could probably make it, because it was not another 2 laps and they're coming on down. Eric Paulson's going to stay out, though. He's going to lead a lap. So the 6 car leads one.
And we have another driver that's disconnected, 21, Marquise Smith.
Too bad for Marquise. Must have been a little too much damage on that 21 to handle. As we've got a bunch of drivers that are getting trapped a lap down here, and it's going to be tough to get them back here, especially with a couple of these gentlemen that are out on track right now, including this one who's coming back off from pit road. It is Jamie Walker. Walker comes out right behind his teammate Ian Habiak, and Walker right now is being scored in second. Oh, Habiak into the wall. A little stripe there as he pins it up, and his teammate able to get around.
I think I just heard over the 16 radio, his dad went in and flicked his ear.
Oh.
And
Tim.
He's telling me to be quiet. Well, I said silence, but sorry, Tim.
Oh boy, we got one going around. It was Blake Decker. Decker is going around. He's going to try and hold it off the wall. He can't do it. Now he's got to try and stay on pace as he's going to rejoin the field. But a little damage on Old Woodside's the 92, taking it to the inside retaining wall.
Decker's going to have to be checking that relative meter, see what's around him, where it's safe to pull up there. You don't want to pull off in front of somebody that's running 150 mile an hour. You're only running 100.
The nice thing, though, is that he kept going, so that way the caution did not come out.
First driver, 1 lap down. Ian Habiak sits in 7th position. The kid who won last week with a nice top 10 run here going so far. John Perkins just ahead of him in the standings, running in 6th spot. How about Brian Dees having a fantastic night in that Mountain Dew car? Maybe he might want to keep that car.
I was just going to say that.
Because he's running in top 5 right now. Derek Paulson running in 4th position, had to surrender the race lead to come down and get fuel. Dalton Kilroe running in third spot, and Rick Thompson has had a fantastic night here, guys. He is up in second spot once again, and you only have to go about 7.5 seconds up ahead of him to get to your race leader, Jamie Walker. I would say, if I was Tim right now, that was a pretty good sign. For those that don't know, about halfway through the season, the 88 still had no sponsorship, and all of a sudden, it turns out the TRJ was looking to add another car to the camp, and boy, did they find a driver with Jamie Walker in his number 88.
Oh, it didn't flick the ear. He smacked the window. I could imagine what that did to poor Ian. Trying to concentrate.
Over under was lap 95, and Tim, it would only help if you told us what we were going for here.
Guys, Corey Sherman just took a hell of a ride to the inside wall on the front stretch. I'm sorry, on the back stretch, and held it up and got it back in place.
And a little bit of damage there, especially on the right-hand side. Sherman has definitely met the lady in black here tonight. Going for that Darlington stripe, maybe again. He's got time.
Tractor tough to tame.
But you know what? He's not doing bad. Sherman started in 8th position as the D's car, the 17, up into the wall slow. Corey Sherman up 8 spots. He's running in the top 10. 1 lap down.
Yeah, Corey Sherman has the biggest move so far yet tonight, guys.
10 laps left to go before the end of stage 2. Those tires are definitely getting tired.
Well, half of the tire is on the track. If you look around again, it is getting dark out there. That outside lane getting very, very black. And that is going to cause the grip to start going away. We haven't seen anything yet here. But I will say this right now. When we take that next caution flag for the end of stage number 2, all bets are off, guys, because we are going to have over 100 laps left here tonight. And it is going to be pit road strategy, tire strategy, and all of the other things to try and decide our winner here tonight. Jamie Walker has been dominant, though. Terry Foster picking up the rear.
Well, you know, there's a reason I'm really not racing. It ain't because my foot hurts. I want Jamie to win this season, so I figured I'd just sit out the rest of the year.
Oh.
Wow. You know, as a commentator, Terry, you're not allowed to actually pick a favorite.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so if you'd like to just go ahead and retract that, that'd be great.
I will retract that. Nah, never mind.
No. Okay.
There we go.
Guess I gotta get better on that button, huh?
Yeah, you're a little slow on that, Rick, but maybe next time.
Okay.
Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson, Derek Paulson, your top 3. Dalton Kilroe just outside in 4th position. John Perkins in the 5th position. Brian Dees, Nick Okie, Ian Habiak, your top 8. Then it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Corey Sherman rounding out the top 10.
And we got Blake Decker, the Rutherford brothers in 12th and 13th. Backover sitting in 14th. Garrison in 15th. Morosco in 16th. And of course, we know that Smith, Thompson, and Bennett are not out on track right now. Actually, is Fred back out? Fred is back out.
Yes, Fred is back out at 28 down.
Not giving up though. Out there learning. I mean, this track is tough to race, unless you're Jamie Walker, obviously.
So out of 19 drivers, 17 drivers. Good math there. Still on track. Top 6 drivers on the lead lap. Jamie Walker is leading the way, as he has most of the night. But big wiggle there. Walker might be starting to feel those old tires, guys, as he came out of turn 2. And man, what a wiggle he had.
I'm watching Fred Thompson. anytime he gets cars on him, he goes down to the bottom, gets down on the apron a little bit, just lets him guys go, doesn't mess with the leaders, ain't messing with nobody's times or nothing. And that's a hell of a job right there out of Fred Thompson out of that 46.
That shows the amount of respect that he has for everybody out there on track, and it's a fabulous thing to see.
Well, Walker had some blinking issues earlier on, seems to have resolved themselves. As here we are working lap 102, and he would love nothing more than to win stage number 2. Pick up some more of those championship bonus points out of the 88 machine. He's only got just a couple of laps more, guys, before we fall under the caution. Stage 2 has been a very clean stage here as far as cautions go. How about the big none?
Yeah, drivers got it figured out, guys. They're out there, they're having fun, they're racing hard, doing what they have to do, making smart moves, and that's what counts. Jamie Walker, he's trying to get himself locked into the start of the round of 12.
There you go.
Round.
Yeah, I wrote it down on my hand.
Round of 12.
More races, it's going to be the round of 12.
Round of 12. I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com, K&N Series. This is the official start of championship season as the 88 is looking to continue his winning ways. He's got about a mile left here before we fall under caution for stage number 2. The 88 has been very dominant here in the mid-run for stage number 2. Guys, do you see anybody who has anything for this 88 so far? Rick Thompson may be the man here in second spot.
Yeah, Thompson, I mean, he's had quite the season too. I mean, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but he also running very, very hard, very consistent throughout the season. So it's good to see him here at the Lady in Black. Stage 2 is done. But Thompson in second, Paulson third, Kilrow fourth, Perkins fifth, D6, Okie 7th, Haviuk in 8th, Butcher Benjamin in 9th, and Rutherford in the 64, rounding out the top 10.
Well, here we are again after a stage. The 88 takes it away one more time. We're going to step away for just a moment. Everybody stand up, take a break yourselves, and stretch it out because we have over 100 laps left here to decide tonight's winner.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live, getting ready to go back under the green flag, and this time it is Derek Paulson as your race leader. He chooses the inside, John Perkins to the outside. Paulson pulls away at the green flag. 111 laps left of this one, guys, and this is the first time the 88 has not led the way to the green flag here tonight.
As Terry said right before we went live again, him and Gilbert will come down, get the splash and go. And why not? You know, get out there, have a full tank of fuel. Might just be enough to get you where you need to be at the end of the race.
It might be, and right now we've actually got a pretty good race here up front between Paulson and Perkins. Perkins running in second spot, guys, and looking pretty decent out there. And maybe looking for an inside move here on Derek Paulson. Doesn't pull the trigger though. The 33 not quite enough to get there. Paulson with a big wiggle. He ends up on the downside of the track. The 33 goes around. We have a new race leader. It's John Perkins.
Look at Brian D is working on the inside there of the 6 to see if he can get around him. Right now, Paulson not giving it up. Into the wall.
Derek Paulson is in trouble as everybody is going around.
Look at Perkins go, though. He loves seeing this in his rear view, guys.
And John Perkins with a 1.3 second lead now over Brian Dees. Dees under attack, though, from Jamie Walker. Walker looking for second spot again. He takes it.
Walker's back here probably thinking as well, I've let him lead a lap. That's all he needs. I'm going back over and taking back over.
Well, 1.45 seconds is the race lead that John Perkins has over Jamie Walker. Walker, we're going to see just how quickly he's able to get there, if at all, guys. Perkins has actually had a pretty quick car here tonight. He's been marred back in the field a little bit, but right now with that clean air, maybe just what he was looking for in that 33.
I moved up through the field 6 positions. Right now, the biggest mover sitting in 8th position. That's the 3 of Corey Sherman. Up 10 positions, guys.
Yeah, Sherman's
guys,
doing a good job out there.
You know, I said earlier about Perkins. He found his way around this track, and he wants to get around it, and he wants to do it fast.
And he is, because right now his lead still 1.3 seconds here over Jamie Walker. And guys, let's face it, Walker has kind of been like the king of Darlington here tonight. But with that fresh air, John Perkins in the 33 has found something that he really, really likes.
And how cool is it, though? I mean, a week ago from today, he was just underneath that cut line. And then all of a sudden, boom, he gets the message, hey, you made the chase, man. You're in 16th, and now he's out here leading this thing on lap 116 and 122. That's got to be a good feeling.
And as we heard last week from Mark Arthur, if you win this race, you have to compete in all 3 races for your win to
count.
The count. Thank you.
Well, hopefully that's not a trouble for Perkins, David. If he were to win here tonight, it would sure be nice to have him here for the next couple of weeks.
Hey, David, you're the boss. Why don't you go ahead and pull up chat? We'll talk with you, man, if you got something to say to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm assuming you're watching here on YouTube as it is. You might as well chat with us. Jamie Walker, second spot. And guys, Perkins is actually pulling away a little bit. It's now 1.6 seconds over Walker. Brian D sits in 3rd spot, and he has got Rick Thompson right behind him. Rick Thompson is the first driver 1 lap down, so not for position, but Thompson just blows on by D's in his number 17. Corey Sherman looks like he's coming off from pit road, guys. Did you catch that story?
I didn't catch the story, but I know that he went down the pit, and I don't want to mess up, because a lot of drivers do listen to the broadcast, and some guys using some pit strategy here, obviously. But you are correct. The Shermanator has come down pit road. He's back out now.
I guarantee you the only thing Sherman's hearing in his head is that 44 Bach over. And he's not saying nothing either.
He ain't saying nothing either. I've heard him over the radio once here tonight.
Guys, Jamie Walker is running down that 33 of John Perkins.
Darlington now, yeah.
It is starting to happen. 0.57 is the gap from Perkins to Walker. Either way, though, Perkins is having a heck of a run here. And the big thing right now, the gap back to the third spot. Guys, it's 4.6 seconds. So even if he does give up the lead to Walker, and let's face it, it's probably going to happen, he's still got a pretty good lead over third place of Brian Dees.
Yeah, just keep at it, keep hitting your marks, doing what you have to do.
So important here, the throttle and the brake. And John Perkins now under attack. Here comes Jamie Walker down to the inside on the back stretch. Jamie Walker, who looks like he is going to try and take him into turns 3 and 4. Walker right down on that white line, guys, and got a little bit loose, but able to hold on. Takes over the race lead once again. Is the 88, the TRJKarting.com Chevrolet, to the race lead.
One thing we've learned about Walker and watching him throughout the season is his car is very good on the long run. I think it's just starting to come into play now, and that's how he was able to catch up to Perkins. I mean, it was over a second and a half gap between those two drivers, and Walker just started pouring it on. Maybe saving a little bit of fuel, who knows?
Well, if anybody's saving fuel right now, it's going to be Perkins in that second spot. Knows that he has a little bit of a gap back to third place, Brian Dees. And you know what? A second place finish here wouldn't be a bad way to start this championship. Not one bit.
No, because the next one up, Perkins 16th, David Bennett, which he's already disconnected. He's sitting right up there, 9 points. Well, Perkins is 9 points behind Bennett at the moment.
So that's going to help him big time.
Yeah, definitely going to move him up. And Perkins still holding on to the second spot, about a second behind Jamie Walker. Walker, though, may have gotten a little loose as the time really got much smaller there for a moment. Went from about a second 2.5 to 0.75, the differential between your race leader and John Perkins in second. Now 0.63, so Walker is slowing up a little bit, guys.
Watching Derek Paulson in his 6 give Brian Dees in that 17 a little pressure there in the turns. Trying to get around him here shortly, probably.
Eric Garrison being scored a lap down, maybe 2. I'd have to look at the official timing, but Garrison is quick out there in that 15, that thin blue line, number 15, doing a great job out there. Right now being scored in the 15th spot, but looking to try and get as much done on track as he can. You know who's just ahead of him on the time and scoring, guys? It's Aaron Bockover, the driver right behind him in the 44. Bockover, notorious for being a little quiet in chat, but there he is, doing everything he can to try and keep going here in this round of 16. Fred Thompson having a little difficulty with his car and just trying to keep it straight as he moved down low to let these 3 drivers around him. The last driver is that 17 of D's. So we got some lap down drivers in front of your third place driver. You've got Jamie Walker about 0.6 of a second in front of John Perkins. We've got stories all around this track. One big story, though, how about the kid, last week's winner, Ian Habiak? He is inside of the top 10, running in 9th position right behind Derek Paulson.
I thought we weren't calling him the kid anymore now that he had his birthday.
Look, the kid is always going to be the kid. It's just how it rolls.
So we get another kid.
Until we get another kid.
He's still a kid to Tim.
That's right.
I hope so. I'd hope so.
I think the rule is this, Rick. If we're old enough to be your dad, you're a kid. I think that's the rule. Oh, Rutherford up into the wall again. And that was Joshua Rutherford one more time. We saw him get into the wall earlier on in this race, and he just touched it again. And this time his brother's going to go around him. So Corey Rutherford makes his brother pay, then gets up into the wall. Oh, it's the Rutherford brothers, and they are beating and battling against the wall.
Use the oil slick. Hit the oil slick button.
I was thinking of throwing stuff at him out of that Mario Kart.
The banana peel is in full effect there as Josh was able to get back in front. Oh my Lord.
Well, those two doing that also gave Dalton Kilbrough, I believe he got around both of them.
Yeah, Kilwell running in the 6th spot on the lead lap. A little quiet here from Kilrow. Haven't really heard a bunch about him. Haven't really called his name a bunch. He is down 4 spots from the start of this race. Started in 2nd spot, currently running in the 6th position. Oh boy, Rick Thompson getting a little bit loose in that 76 right in front of your race leader. Able to hold on. As the 88 is right behind, and I don't think he's going to be there for very long. Unless, guys, he's going to use them to kind of save a little fuel, and he very well might be doing that. He's got a 2.5 second lead now over John Perkins. Perkins did close it up for a little while, but now 2 seconds further back than the last time we checked in.
I just got to say that 76 Bacon Shake Baits Dodge, man, it is clean. I mean, except for the rubber on the front. Thompson's been keeping that thing early white.
Well, you
but
can't.
Guys, I already got enough stripes on this thing. I don't need no more.
You can't win a race if you don't finish it, right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. We do have a couple of drivers that have retired from this race. Got a bunch more drivers that are at least 1 lap down.
They've got a couple guys. Tom Roscoe hit pit road, got him some fuel, and got somebody else. I think guys may be starting to hit pit road, get that fuel.
You almost have to work backwards, right? You got to think about how many laps you're good for, know how many laps you have in that last stint, and then just start working backwards with your math. And there's been a couple of drivers out there that have been really good with that. Unfortunately for everybody, one of those drivers is the 88, who's peeling off, coming down pit road. The 88, Jamie Walker, coming down pit road, going to top off his tanks.
Perkins goes around to take over the race lead.
John Perkins, now your race leader. Walker on pit road, assuming he's just going to take fuel at this point. A little early to try and tap into that, what could be the last set of tires. And John Perkins continues to lead this one. Guys, I think he's going to stay out, and he is. But John Perkins, kind of that underdog story that we all love so much. And Rick's right. He said it, just a little bit ago. Look, up until last week, Perkins didn't even think he was going to be in the chase. Now he's leading the race to start off this round of 16. How is he feeling in that Speed Mafia car?
Tell you what, guys, I had the pleasure of letting John know that he made the chase. So I hit every Speed Mafia guy up this week. I was like, please let Perkins know, either get a hold of him or what, but he has made the chase due to another driver leaving the league. I was like, please let him know so he can tell the boss he needs a halt.
Terry Shelley's out there. She's asking a question out of you. Hopefully you have the right answer. We're going to find out here just right now.
I'll tell you right now, it looks like we got 6 on the lead lap. Blake Decker being the first one a lap down is what I'm showing.
My goodness, you are hired. That's it.
Now, I will tell you where TNA Motorsports are, since you're a fan. Corey is running in 11th. Aaron is running in 13th.
And Terry's running in 20th.
I'm in 20th, yeah. My car is out there, but I'm not on the track.
141 laps down.
Now make it, 141. Terry, you need some better equipment, bud.
I stripped his motor, and I forgot to put it back in the chassis. I knew I forgot something tonight.
Well, see what I was going to do at lap 110. I was going to go ahead and jump back in the car and just win. But I decided, no, I can't do that. Jamie will get mad and quit, and I don't want him doing that.
Well, you do have a Turn 3 Racing Network engine underneath the hood of that 86 of yours, so it would have been possible.
Well, I know it would have been. And I think Rick actually done something to the back end, made it a little thinner so I can get through the air, all that good stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
John Perkins going to bring it down pit road. He is going to relinquish the lead over to Brian Dees if Dees decides to stay out. The 17 rounding into turns 3 and 4. The 17 looking to maybe stay out. It looks like he will, guys. Brian Dees going to lead a lap here.
Guys, driver of the 15, Eric Garrison, has shown him disconnected. That's the third one we've had leave tonight.
Man, that is tough. Eric Garrison was actually having a pretty good time around this track, and it looks like as of right now, going to finish in 15th position unless somebody else comes back out to put some laps in and try and get around him. Aaron Bockover on pit road along with Joshua Rutherford. So a couple of more drivers deciding it's time to maybe get a little fuel in there.
Well, Ty Morosco in his 1 and Fred Thompson in his 46 could very well pass Eric Garrison.
Meanwhile, Brian Dees all by him lonesome. He's 11 seconds ahead of Nick Okie, and Okie looks like he's coming down pit road along with Dalton Kilrow in the 41, guys. So Dees is going to stay out. Oh, look out. Aaron Bockover. Here comes the race leader. And Brian Dees is going to bring it down pit road. That's going to surrender the lead over to the 88 machine. That's Jamie Walker.
45 D's, 45.
He had to really get on the brakes there. Yelling on the radio, please, somebody give me a do. It's hot out here.
This thing has been green for a very long time, guys. If we take the stage cautions out, the whole stage 2 went caution free. We went back to green flag racing here on lap 111. It's been green flag ever since. And we are slowly working our way here to lap 221.
Yeah, these guys doing a wonderful job, man, keeping that yellow flag and the flag stand there. We don't need to see that.
Oh, we got one into the wall. That's Ty Morosco. Rick, you and I saw it at the same time. Morosco not having the night he was looking for, as he's running in 15th spot right now. Just ahead of Eric Garrison, who has put it in the hauler until next week. By 14 seconds, your race leader, Jamie Walker, over John Perkins. And in third spot, kind of out of nowhere, guys, here he is. It's the Butcher. The Butcher making his presence felt here late in this one.
No, Shelley, he is not. He is driving a 1964 Ned Jarrett throwback scheme.
But Terry is the car owner.
Yeah.
Look at the Shermanator up to 5th position, up 13 from the start of this thing.
Well, Corey's doing what Corey has been doing all season. He's quietly picking off drivers one at a time. As we're under caution.
Nope. All I'm going to say is that this is Terry's fault.
This is Terry's fault.
Oh no,
Shelly, I hate to say this, but it looks like it may have been the number 44. We're going to go back and take a peek at what the 44 had happened. Ty Morosco gets into the wall. The 41 checks up, and the 44 really checks up hard into the outside wall. The 44 was trying to do everything he could to stay out of the 41. And guys, he planted himself into that outside retaining wall.
man, I'm going to hear about this when he watches the replay.
Let's go back one more time. Take a little bit of a closer look here. As you see Morosco come off the wall, the 41 digs down underneath, and the 44 just no place to go. Nick Okie with a fantastic move along with Blake Decker to stay out of the 44, but too late as the hood comes up and Aaron Bockover's night may be done.
You know what that tells me, Chris, is Harry's definitely he's locked in now to be up here in the booth because the commentator curse is following him now. Once that happens, we know that it's meant to be.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to step away for just a moment here. We're under caution. Let's take a word in from our season sponsor.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, simulcasted with the Pride Outdoor Network. Make sure to check them out at prideoutdoornetwork.com. Guys, we are on lap 152 of 221, about 70 laps here to go. And our race leader is Jamie Walker, but there are many stories to be talked about. How about our second place and third place runners right now? Rick, what do you got on John Perkins?
Oh, I don't want to say too much. See, why do you have to do this? The commentator curse follows everybody here, Chris. And we already saw what happened when Terry speaks. But right now, Perkins is out there. Came down on lap 50, took fuel. So he's ready to go, man.
Now, guys, I'm watching the 44. He come in, got some work done on that car. It looks pretty sharp, man. I mean, a couple scratches here and there, but I think he got it fixed. Rick, did you happen to catch what Sam said?
I did. Unfortunately, that last caution that was brought out is going to the 44. So Aaron Bockover, even though he got it fixed, he's going to the end of the line. Here comes some guys back down pit road to get that splash and go, guys. We've been seeing this a little bit here tonight. John Perkins is one of them, along with Walker.
Yeah, a few drivers down pit road right now. How about this? Walker, Perkins, Corey Sherman, Brian Dees, and Rick Thompson. The race leader going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin when we go back to the green flag. Right now, the pace car leading the way for everybody around this big track. And I say it's a big track because it really does race like a big track. It's kind of odd, guys, right? Because it does race like a big track, and yet it's kind of a short track too. You don't have a lot of options as far as where you're going to pass. Usually it's going to be on the inside, but we've certainly seen some passes on the outside here tonight.
Yeah, some guys have definitely made it work and did a beautiful job doing it too. And kind of a textbook thing, you know? I mean, that's one thing that's nice about the track that's too tough to tame, guys, is that like Chris was saying, it's a short track, but yeah, it drives very different. So it's a lot of fun at Darlington to race here as the pace car goes up.
Pace car is off. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin gonna lead them around. He hits the go pedal, and oh my goodness, who is that drops down low? Somebody trying to get out of the way.
I missed I've been watching Hunt Paulson making the pass on the outside there to get around his teammate Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. So now Paulson leading the race.
Ian Habiak sitting third on track. He is the first car, 1 lap down, scored an 11th spot, and man, would he love to get this one back. He would love to get that lap back, guys. He's the one driver out there that would be like, come on, I want another caution. Come on, come on. Or I'll take it back the old-fashioned way and try and pass everybody.
I think that's what he's looking to do there. He's staying right to the back bumper there of the Butcher.
Looking through here, I see Ty Morosco in his number 1 car. He got a throughput fell on him, and he is back on track though.
And big time damage to the 1 car. How about the 44? He's out there, maybe a little bit slow. Aaron Bach over. I think Terry needs to give up ownership. Is what I'm thinking.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, Corey Rutherford out there in the 55. Corey Sherman to his outside, along with the 41 of Dalton Kilroe trying to get around. Kilroe takes it to the inside. Corey Sherman was to the outside. And Rutherford going back a little bit. Derek Paulson still going to be your race leader, though. We have top 10 drivers on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down, it's going to be Ian Habiak in that TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry. And Derek Paulson with that fresh air. He has gathered up about a 2.4 second lead over his teammate, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, TBB. Looking good out there. Third spot belongs to this guy right here, the 88 of Jamie Walker. John Perkins running in the top 5, running in 4th spot. But here comes Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe going to put him down a spot. Dalton Kilroe may be deciding, guys, that it is time to go in that number 41. Oh, Perkins may have gotten into the wall. He did. He got his stripe, the 33 slow right now, coming off the corner. Brian Dees looks down to the inside.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Perkins hit that wall about 2 laps ago also.
Handling may have gone away on the 33 machine, but the 6 right now firmly in control of this one. 2.3 seconds over his teammate, TBB, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Dalton Kilroe kind of out of nowhere, guys, running in 3rd spot. Now, he did start this one in 2nd, so it's not that he didn't have speed, but boy, has he waited a long time to kind of show it off here tonight.
That's something that Dalton's really good at. Ooh, as the 16 gets loose, as the Shermanator goes around him, the 16 hangs on to it. Shermanator, he's doing a good job, man. He's up to 4th position now.
Corey Sherman running 4th. And the guy that's dominated most of this race finds himself in 5th position. This is not a spot where he is accustomed to running here tonight. Flash bulbs going off all through the crowd as everybody watching this man right here, Derek Paulson, your race leader. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin starting to close back in a little bit, though, down to 1.83 seconds.
I don't know. I don't expect to see Walker back there for too long. He is getting some pressure now as the 9 of Okie starts peeking on the inside. Okie thinks best of that move for right now. Thinking about it again, he's got Blake Decker right behind him.
Oh, he might be taking the air off from the 88, and he does. Nick Okie down to the inside, putting the pressure on the 88. Okie took the air off from the rear spoiler, and the 88 had to woe it up. Nick Okie goes around along with Blake Decker. Jamie Walker now finds himself, guys, in 7th spot.
He's back here with Rutherford, and Rutherford is holding that bottom line, man. His back end just keeps coming around. I hope he doesn't slide up near Walker.
Walker again loses a spot on track, not position, but a spot on track. And getting late into this one. You can ill afford that, guys, as we're working lap 163 of 221 here tonight.
Walker's got to be careful because of 17, Brian Dees. Big bad Brian Dees. We haven't called him that in a while. Doing a heck of a job there in 8th. Trying to figure it around. But listen, we've seen this so much from the 88 guys. You know, his car really comes into play on the long run. So, a little bit. That happens.
Well, we saw what happened when somebody got right behind him. He got loose. And right now it is Derek Paulson and Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow going for the race lead to the inside. Dalton Kilrow in the 41 takes over the race lead over Derek Paulson, and we have ourselves a new race leader for the first time here tonight. It's the 41.
He just got his points for leading the lap there, guys.
Kilrow has been so good on these longer races all season long. You have to pay attention to where that 41 is. He kind of snuck up on us here tonight, guys. We haven't talked about him a lot, but here we are. Dalton Kilrow up front with Derek Paulson, his teammate, right behind him. And Kilrow is starting to separate about 0.4 of a second right now at the line, heading into turn 1.
I'm looking a little further back in the field, Chris, guys, who is in 4th place right now. Okie just had a lot of pressure by the 92 of Blake Decker. Blake Decker was on the inside there. Okie got a little sideways, but was able to keep that thing going. Okie still hanging on to that 4th position, but the question is, for how long? As Blake Decker's 92 has been looking pretty good here.
Guys, the last time by, Dalton Kilrow and Derek Paulson ran their fastest laps of the race. And I'll tell you right now, they are just running everything they got out of those Chevy Impalas. Quite honestly, I'm surprised ball joints haven't broken out of them.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Let me look through the field, see how many Fords there are. The only one that's there is the pace car because it can only do so many laps before it overheats.
875 horsepower out of the pace car. It wouldn't be fair if they actually came out of first gear.
Only use 3.
All you need, ain't it?
Hey, I'm ripping up this contract.
Jamie Walker, who has dominated most of this race, finds himself, guys, outside of the top 5 in 7th spot behind Corey Sherman. John Perkins, we saw him get into the wall. He hasn't been quite right since. Right now running in the 8th position. Still looks like he has some speed, but Perkins lost valuable track time here when he got into that wall. And the 33 looking to try and gather it back up. Take a couple laps, right? And just figure out what I have to do. What do I have to do to try and move up the field? But there's a huge separation here. We're talking 10 seconds up to the race leader for John Perkins to try and make up.
Another thing that we kind of missed too is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. He is sitting back in 5th position. Blake Decker, Nick Okie were able to get around him, and now the Shermanator's got his crosshairs on that 10 machine. Shermanator's starting to move up too, trying to break into that top 5.
Aaron Bockover looks like he may have some fresh tires on as he makes a nifty move around the 55. And the 55, Corey Rutherford, was looking to the inside but doesn't have the speed to get there. Does Aaron Bockover have new tires? That is a question. As he sticks it down below his teammate. And the 44 looks to try and take a spot away.
I would say Aaron has tires. I watched him a little bit ago coming around Walker, and he just walked right past him.
Oh, gets into the wall a little bit. And here comes Sherman. Sherman looking to try and go back around his teammate. Keenay Motorsports banging on each other here, trying to figure out who wants to be the guy that punches the hole. And right now it is the 44 Bockover. Bockover with those fresh tires is slowly starting to catch TBB in 5th place. And boy, if he could bring Sherman along for the ride, that wouldn't be a bad situation at all.
That's my scoring's messed up, guys. Aaron Backover sitting in 14th position. Was last on pits 147. Looks like he only took fuel.
Well, maybe he hit the wall enough to adjust that tie rod on the right side, because that thing is handling like a dream right now. The 44, very fast. You know, the other explanation could be, Rick, and we've all done it. Sarah, you too. Well, you start having a bad race, and all of a sudden this red visor goes over your helmet, and you start racing in the red, guys. That means you're racing angry. And look at that, the 44 gets around TBB, and he is moving right now.
And remember, guys, he came in and had to get his car fixed. He's got it looks brand new compared to what it looked like when he was on pits. Another thing I want to look at here, Ty Morosco, man, he is having computer issues real bad tonight. He keeps falling out and coming back in.
Yeah, Ty Morosco not even showing up when I click on his name, so not a good situation for him in the one car, but being scored in the 15th spot. Up front, it's still Dalton Kilroe, Nico Kie, Derek Paulson, your top three. And those are all the Squatch drivers. How about make it top four? We'll throw TBB in there too, even though he's not running a Squatch car. He's running that beautiful yellow Nesquik car that Aaron Backover was able to get around. But TBB running in that top four. And you know what, guys? He did kind of help out his teammate, because here comes Corey Sherman. Sherman up 13 spots, looking to make it 14 to try and crack into the top 5. He's just got to get around the 10 car to do it.
I'm wondering if the Shermanator in that 3, was he saving a little bit of tires? I'm sure he pitted about the same time Backover did.
Well, let's take a peek. Corey Sherman, last on pit road, 152. He was in his pit stall for 4.72 seconds, so he did not take tires. And Aaron Backover was last on 147. They were separated by about 5 laps, Terry.
Okay, it just seems like they're both running so fast now.
Well, let's keep in mind too that, you know, here we are. The sky is dark, which means the track is starting to cool down a little bit, and maybe these cars are starting to come in on them.
And we haven't really talked about track temperature, Chris, here tonight throughout the broadcast, but I just looked at it now. That track temperature sitting at 77 degrees, that is perfect right there for racing. And I think you're right. I think maybe what's happening and going on is that, you know, maybe when the sun was up and the track was a little warmer, maybe it didn't really click with a lot of drivers until it cooled off. We got under the lights, and now we're seeing big things out of some certain drivers. Terminator, he is still trying to figure out his way around Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, but he is in the top 5 right now.
And Sherman had a bad corner right there. Actually gave up a bunch of time. Corey Rutherford gets to the back bumper of the 3.
Now, there's not a whole lot we can change in these cars. Mark makes our setups. I've said before, you can change your steering, your brake bias, and your offset for your steering. So did some of these guys mess around with that stuff at the beginning of the race, and now it's starting to fall off, and some of them got it to where it needs to be for nighttime?
I'll tell you one guy who has certainly dropped off, and right now he's running in the 6th spot. It's your pole sitter tonight, Jamie Walker. Walker has won stage 1. He's won stage 2, guys. And right now, Rick, he finds himself in 6th spot.
Yeah, and Dalton Kilroe now coming down pit road for his green flag pit stop. Like Nico Kie also coming down through. So Derek Paulson now leading this race once again.
Guys, I just had a wicked idea. Was Jamie Walker saving fuel in that run? Is he going to try and run further than anybody else, then come down and get fuel and have the ability to go the rest of the way?
That's a very good possibility, and I wonder if he's got a set of tires left too.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we've seen this so many times out of Walker. I mean, Dalton Kilroe is another one of those drivers.
Derek Paulson. Sorry, Rick. Derek Paulson gets really loose. Your race leader comes down below the white line, then gathers it back up, back out on track, does the 6 go, but wow, was that close. Great driving out of the 6 car of Derek Paulson.
That's what you call one of those pucker moments. But again, you know, we talked about Jamie Walker there. we're not used to seeing him back in the field like this, especially on a long run. And right now sitting in 4th position because a couple guys did come down pit road. Big Decker.
Oh boy, guys, we are under caution, and this could mean trouble for some of these drivers. Caution out here at Darlington. And Rick, you already alluded to it. It looks like it may have been the 92 of Blake Decker. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, loose going into the corner, and then wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, he gets into Nico Kie as well. Oh, the 92 was gonna be a self spin. That tire on the left front is just hanging on by a thread, and man, did he clobber in to Nico Kie.
Kie just at the wrong place at the wrong time, coming off pit road, guys, after his green flag service, and boom.
You see it right there, heading into or about midway through the corner. Decker just gets really, really loose and then loses it and gets into Nico Kie. Oh, Lord.
I'm looking at Decker's front tires. Once he hit that wall, his left tire turned to the left. I believe that's what took him down into Nick, because Blake knows better than to pop down back off the track like that off the wall. I don't think he had a choice in the matter.
Well, we just took a cockpit view, and you're kind of right, Terry. So from what I saw, he is getting very loose, and he turns that wheel right and then hard left to try and stay out of the wall. And when he hit the wall, it shot that car down into Okie, and around he goes. And we're under caution here live one more time, and the damage is shown right now on your screen. Look at the left front tire of the number 92. Well, we're under caution.
Yeah, 92 is going to get the EOL for that one.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty easy call. I mean, it was going to be a self spin, and then all of a sudden, boy, he just clobbered the wall, and unfortunately his wheel was turned all the way to the left, and it spun him right into Okie. We are now under caution. Derek Paulson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Jamie Walker being scored as your top 3. Guys, we're going to step away for just one moment. We'll be right back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and on the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com. Back live, getting ready to go back under the green flag, and it has been a night here so far. The 64 going to lead the way. Josh Rutherford being shown as your race leader, guys. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's the Mario Kart car. I mean, come on.
Dun, 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 dun. We do have one in the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center, and I believe Terry Foster may have gotten in touch with one driver of the 92, Blake Decker.
Hey, Blake, it's Terry, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Buddy, what is going on out there? Why you hit that wall for?
Well, it seems like I picked up right where I left off, wrecking. So, I don't know, man. I was just pushing really hard. I was trying to not lose time to the leaders with the pit strategy I had. I knew I had one more set left, and just trying to just keep my track position and hope for the best. But I got wicked loose coming out of turn 2. It was really weird how the car snapped. It hasn't done that all night, and I saw my teammate on the inside coming out of pit road, so I tried to just stuff it into the wall, but it bounced off after I hit it. I feel terrible for taking him out, but I'd like to give a shout out to the Top Flight guys for letting me chill in their channel and race with them tonight, and just a shout out to everybody who keeps the league going, and thank you guys for broadcasting every race.
Well, you kind of answered my question about how your race is going. We was watching you some, and it seemed like he's getting around the track okay there. Short track racing, man, next 2 weeks, you going to be here to do it?
Yes, sir. I'm going to do my best.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, thanks for coming up with us and talking to us. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Old Woodside's driver of the 92. It's Blake Decker, unfortunately, getting involved here late in this one. We're on lap 190. And guys, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Jamie Walker back up front as your race leader. Big surprise here, though, right now, Joshua Rutherford in the 64, that throwback Mario Kart theme, doing a heck of a job, guys. He's running in second spot, up 9 positions from the beginning of this race.
Yeah, and Josh has only been in our league for 6 races now, 7 races maybe, and he's doing a hell of a job here.
Rick, at one point, both of the Rutherford brothers were down a lap, and here we are in the closing laps here, and Joshua Rutherford has found himself not only on the lead lap, but following the 88 in second spot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. And I don't believe, I'm looking here the last time, actually, yeah, no, he's okay. But yeah, Rutherford came in and got some fuel and tires on lap 184, so doing everything he has to do. And it's a work in progress with these guys, number one. And I think that progress is finally paying off.
Well, he's got a very different line than the 88. He kind of stays up just a little bit higher than Jamie Walker did. Gets way out towards the wall, but stays off from it and actually starts closing in on Jamie Walker. Does Joshua Rutherford, is he the one that has the key to beating Jamie Walker here tonight?
Very well could be, and I'm looking at Blake Decker has disconnected, and I forgot to ask if he's coming back out, so we'll see what happens with that. If he comes back out, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I believe if he disconnected, it might be done for Blake tonight, unfortunately. It has been good seeing old Woodsides out there, though. And the 92, certainly one of those cars that I don't know. I guess it stems way back from the truck seasons when he had the wood-sided truck. And, Terry, I kind of fell in love with that paint scheme. And, well, he's one of those guys that's been out there for a long time. Since Rick and I took over, for sure. It's just good to see him back out there.
Yeah, like I said last week or week before about him, he races in real life, so his weekends are pretty much taken up with racing. I think, like I said, it's street stock on dirt or something like that, I believe.
Well, speaking of racing in real life, next Friday night, I'm going to head to our local track. I got to serve as a pit chief for one of our local drivers. And, man, it's going to be a good next few weeks here as we round out our actual season. Getting ready here at Thunder Road, the nation's site of excitement here in Barrie, Vermont. I'll tell you, if you've never seen really good short track action, you've never seen Thunder Road. We got a guy, his last name is Dragon. How much better does it get than that? As Joshua Rutherford takes over the race lead. Terry, how about that? He blew by Jamie Walker. Walker maybe trying to save fuel. And with that, Joshua Rutherford, now your race leader.
Yeah, just over, what, 23 laps or so?
Well, we've got 24 to go.
24, yeah.
So, I don't know why Walker be holding back this much this late in the race.
It may come down to fuel, Terry, as the last time they were on pit road. Jamie Walker last on lap 185. Now, if 35 laps is the fuel run, ish, you don't have enough to make it. Walker may be wallowing up on purpose here.
So when was the last time Rutherford was down?
Lap 184. So he's actually got an extra lap on Walker right now.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and go on through our top 10. It is Joshua Rutherford up front in that Mario Kart number 64. Then it's the TRJKarting.com number 88 of Jamie Walker. Then we've got the Mountain Dew ride of Brian Dees running in third spot. John Perkins has made his way all the way back up to fourth, guys. Remember, he got into the wall and fell back to about eighth spot. TBB in the Nesquik number 10. The Butcher running in fifth spot right now. Darlington Kilroe, who led some of this race, in his number 41, running in sixth spot. Nick Okie right behind him, and now going down to the inside. Okie looking to try and take a spot, and he does. So Okie swaps spots with Dalton Kilroe. Okie back up to sixth spot. In eighth position, it's the number 3. It's that TNA Motorsports number 3 that's running, well, a half and half type of paint scheme here. It's Dale Sr. on the bottom and Richard Petty on the top. He's running in eighth position. Derek Paulson in his number 6 car running in ninth spot. And then it's Ian Habiak. Habiak running in the top 10. 10th spot for Habiak. He's the first car, 1 lap down. But the big news right now, Joshua Rutherford has taken over the race lead. Jamie Walker is starting to catch him, guys.
And Walker's been turning on the afterburners a little bit here is what I've been seeing.
I think I might know why. We're going to drop into the cockpit here of Joshua Rutherford. A little bit of a blink there. Rutherford kind of lets it sail into the corner. Maybe it wasn't him I was hearing. Maybe it was Walker that I was hearing. Oh, there it is. Yes, Joshua Rutherford is playing a game here, guys. Let's go back into the 88 of Jamie Walker. I'm going to be willing to bet that Walker might be playing the same game here, guys. Not through that corner, though, as he holds it at about 7,000 RPM.
Yeah, both of them did. I was in watching Josh.
Oh, there it is. And man, is Walker really saving fuel. He was about halfway down that backstretch when he threw the clutch in. Oh, no! Oh, Rutherford getting very hard into the wall. And Walker does a fantastic job trying to stay out of him. The 88 in his pucker moment.
I puckered for him, too.
Oh, man, did we see that right out of the windshield here of the 88. And look at him. Jamie Walker is pulling a fuel strategy here, guys. No doubt about it. He's got an extra lap on Rutherford. Oh, man. Harry, you said that this was not going to become a fuel run.
Somebody else doing it too, guys.
Well,
I just looked in. The third place, Brian Dees.
Mark said it wasn't going to be, but with the cautions, I guess it kind of turned out to be.
Oh, the 64 hard into the wall again. And this time the 88 takes it to the inside. The 76 follows him through. That's Rick Thompson. Thompson being scored in 13th spot. The 88 lets him go by. The 88 is doing everything he has to do to try and win here with 15 laps to go. Guys, that includes letting the 76 go by and pick up what very little draft there is here. And there is a slight amount of draft. The 88 going to try and sniff it out and save a little bit more fuel.
Josh Ruff collected his car, and he's back out there running it down again, I believe.
He's running in 2nd spot. He's just ahead of Brian Dees, but we know from what Rick said, Brian Dees also one of those drivers that's saving a little bit of fuel.
Look who's sitting in 4th, guys, the 9, Okie. After being involved with that last caution there with Blake Decker.
Yeah, let's break this down just a little bit. Walker, last time he was on pit road, 185. Josh Rutherford in 2nd spot, 184. Brian Dees in 3rd spot, 185. Nick Okie in 4th spot, 183. Don Kilrow, who's running in the top 5 right now, was on pit road last time, lap 185. So some of these guys have a little bit more fuel, but will it be enough? Oh, the 46 takes it. Oh no, the 46 going for a ride. That's Fred Thompson, and he brings it to a stop. He's off the racing service. We're still under green. Can he spin it around? Fred Thompson sitting there. He spins it around. We're going to try and stay under green. Fred Thompson does a great job. We're still under the green flag. 12 laps to go.
And Rick, you said earlier about Fred, class act guy. He knew to keep it down there. He knew to keep it up against the wall, stay off the racing surface, not to bring out that yellow.
Let me tell you, I went back and watched his replay there. He kept it off the wall, man. Quite outstanding driving by Fred Thompson.
And I'll tell you, Fred Thompson doing a great job holding it off the wall. But the 76, his son, Rick Thompson, leading the way for your race leader, the 88. And guys, Jamie Walker is right on that back bumper. You know he is taking all of the drafting that he possibly can off from the 76.
And that's smart. I mean, let Rick Thompson go, get his lap back. You don't have to race him. It's not for position, and use him to help save just a little bit more. Guys, we've got 10 laps left to go. I mean, 9.
Thompson tries to move down. The 88 says, nope, I want to stay behind you. Thank you very much. A good move out of Jamie Walker, your race leader. Knows what he has to do here, guys. He knows he's saving fuel, and every drop in that fuel cell is going to count here tonight with 9 laps to go for the 88 machine of Walker. Third spot belongs to Brian Dees, and Dees is getting all kinds of loose right now. The 17 trying to hold on. He also is trying to save fuel. I think everybody here, guys, in the top 9 are trying to save all the fuel they can to try and make it the rest of the way. Make it top 10, as Ian Habiak is in 10th spot, 1 lap down. But, man, he is going to have to save quite a bit, as his last time down was on lap 180. Seven laps to go here from Darlington, as this first race, this chase of 16, is getting ready to be settled, and Jamie Walker is the race leader. Guys, right in front of him, it is Rick Thompson. And how important will it be for Rick Thompson to run some clean laps here in order for the 88 to stay behind him and try and win here tonight?
But that's what's on his mind right now, I bet, is, he's like, hey, listen, I know what Walker's doing. Kind of, trying to run his, Walker's line a little bit.
Yeah, Walker's got almost a 6-second lead over Josh Rutherford, unless he runs out of fuel, hits the wall or something. you know, Jamie could pull off his 13th win or his 12th win.
Yeah.
13th, 14th, somewhere around there.
I've only got 10 fingers.
Yeah, I start losing count after that, Terry.
Well, listen, the flagman just held up 5 fingers for these guys. 5 laps left to go here tonight from Darlington at the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K&N Series, race 1 of the playoffs.
I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network live here on YouTube. I want to also thank PrideOutdoorNetwork.com for simulcasting with us right now, and we will continue to do that for the rest of this season. Jamie Walker going to be your race leader with 4 laps to go. Joshua Rutherford, Brian Dees rounding out the top 3. Guys, at the beginning of this race, was there any thoughts of a Rutherford or a Brian Dees in the top 3?
I wouldn't have thought Josh Rutherford had been up there, and I think he just got passed by Brian Dees.
Even still, though, it's impressive that the 64, the 17, look, and we're not saying they're bad drivers, guys.
No,
what we're saying is we don't expect them to be where they are right now. So what we're saying is they are driving their damn heads off at this point, trying to be in that top 3, which is exactly where you want to be here at the end of this one. 3 laps to go here for the 88 machine, who is saving all the fuel that he can. He's got a 6.5 second lead over the 17. And will he have enough fuel? That's the question that we're going to answer with the with the 2 flags out indicating 2 laps to go. Ian Habiak down below the white line. Habiak may be out of fuel. And guys, this is going to get intense here as the 88 gets set. The flagman has the white hand ready to, white flag ready to unfurl here at Darlington. It is out. Final lap. The 88 looking to try and win number, I don't even know, but here he comes through turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch. Did he save enough fuel? Will Brian Dees be able to catch him? 6.5 seconds is the differential. Heading into turns 3 and 4, Jamie Walker looking to try and win another race, but this one more important than the rest, as this one is for the chase across the start finish line. Jamie Walker is your race winner.
It looks like Joshua Rutherford ran out of fuel, guys.
Brian Dees, Dalton Kilroe, Corey Sherman, TBB, the Butcher brings it home in the top 5.
Well, that's a shame for Rutherford too, man.
And the 88 still somehow able to drive around this track. The 16 gives him a little congratulations. His teammate Ian Habiak, last week's winner. But Jamie Walker continues his winning ways here again at the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series. What a race. And again, it comes down to fuel, but I'll tell you, this one was closer than some of the others, guys, as poor Joshua Rutherford did everything he could to try and hold the top 3, just didn't have the fuel to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much fuel Jamie may have had left in this.
Well, so far he's got enough to at least begin that Polish victory lap here, as he is taking around turns 3 and 4. Then he'll hit the backstretch 2 and 1, and then he's going to settle on down onto Skittles victory lane. Guys, we're going to be right back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't you dare go away. It's post-race interviews right after this.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
What a race here tonight from Darlington. And man, it was 221 laps of exciting action. It came down to a great fuel strategy, and Jamie Walker was able to save enough fuel for a Polish victory lap. But I'll tell you what, right now, Terry Foster has caught up with the third place finisher. It's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Terry, take it away.
Dalton, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Are you tired?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, we was watching. Seems like you was awful quiet tonight. There's any reason for that?
Not really. I was just with the different stage lengths, we were all kind of thrown off just a little bit. So I was more just trying to just focus on doing my thing and keeping the car clean. Ever since I kind of missed the pits in that, I think it was in the first stage when I missed the pits and lost a bunch of time. It was just all about trying to recover and just save the race and just make it. I didn't have anything for Jamie. I don't know anybody who did, but I'll take P3 after the night I had.
Well, you done a hell of a job, man, getting that P3. I mean, Josh Rutherford was up there. Unfortunately, he ran out of gas. Did you play the fuel strategy right?
Yeah, I believe I did. I was in the ear of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who was also questioning if we'd be close or not, and I was lap after lap telling the numbers that we needed to be able to make it to the end from there, and we were just doing what we could to just make it. I was personally kind of hoping for a late race caution because I still had a set in the bank, and I got my hopes up just a little bit when I saw Fred on the inside of the front stretch, self spin or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, please, please, please!" But it's whatever. I'll still take a P3.
Well, congratulations, buddy. What do you got on that car you want to thank Airman?
Well, I gotta thank Dr. Squatch Soap. Use code TOPFLIGHT for 20% off all your orders at drsquatch.com. Top Flight PC, Daddy O's Barbershop, Michael Falk Racing Designs. Check them out on Facebook. All three of y'all for the broadcast and everybody at Turn 3 Racing Network. Pride Outdoor Network, trjkarting.com. Mark and Sam for sitting up and watching us knuckleheads try and race, and yeah.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
And sitting in second spot, it's the Mountain Dew crew of Brian Dees. Rick, I believe that you caught up with Brian.
Big bad Brian Dees, the number 17. I got to ask you, have you grabbed a Mountain Dew yet, buddy?
I have one sitting right next to me.
Heck yeah, buddy. Good job. Man, what a race for you. Up 8 positions from the start of this thing, man. 17 was looking pretty good tonight. I think you might have found a new paint scheme. I don't think Sam's going to, deny it. You did pretty dang good tonight, buddy.
Yeah, not bad. To be honest, I was pretty slow, or felt pretty slow all night. Kind of messed up my strategy in the first stage of the stage caution. I wasn't gonna take tires and forgot to uncheck that. That's seeming to be my signature move all of a sudden lately. But at the end, cautions fell just the right way. I was pretty much practicing saving fuel all night, so with that last caution, I knew I was going to be able to make it. I didn't think Rutherford was going to be able to make it, and I was kind of just hoping that Jamie wouldn't, but he's Jamie, so he made it, of course.
Of course. Listen, man, hey, you came into tonight, you got into the into the chase. You were in 9th in points. This is definitely going to help you out, man. How excited are you about going into what is it, Bristol next?
I think Richmond,
that's right. Then short track. We got a lot of short tracks going on. How are you feeling about that? You happy about this?
I hate short tracks, so Yeah, definitely happy about a second place. So, hopefully that takes the pressure off a little bit for the next two races of this round.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help you out, man. So congratulations. Anybody on that 17 that you need to thank?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my teammate Ty. Rough night for him, kind of popping in and out of the server all night. S&M Motorsports, got to thank Sam and Mark up in the booth for everything that they do. Thanks to Pride Outdoor Network, and thanks to you guys up in the booth.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you and congratulations coming in second. Like you said, man, that's going to help heading into next week. So, get ready for it and maybe think about keeping the Mountain Dew paint scheme.
It might stick around for a couple of races. Who knows?
All right. There you go, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
And that was Brian Dees in the number 17, bringing it home in second spot tonight. And that leaves just one more driver to talk to. It is, of course, the driver of the number 88. It is Jamie Walker. Jamie, this is Chris, Rick, and Terry up in the booth. You have a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys. Go ahead.
Well, bud, another race down, and man, you played that fuel strategy just right. We were watching you. You were bringing that clutch into play very early, almost about 3/4 down any straightaway. You were hitting that clutch, trying to save enough fuel. At the end, you had enough to run that Polish victory lap. Tell me how the car was feeling tonight and what this one means to you.
It's definitely some relief to get done. I know I'm going on to the next round now, so I get to just kind of sit back and relax and work on whatever's in the next round of chase races. But as far as handling, this thing was on a rail as long as I was even with everybody else. As soon as everybody else had new tires and I was on the old ones, I was hanging on for dear life. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it definitely showed that you were having fun here tonight. At one point, you were kind of marred back into like the 6th, 7th position. What was happening there? And it also looked like a driver came up behind you and took the air off from the rear wing. And man, it really did upset that 88.
Yeah, like I said, I was just minding my own P's and Q's. I didn't want to get myself in any kind of trouble because I know this place will bite you in a heartbeat. I'm surprised I'm still on all four wheels here, but no, just like I said, minding my own business, racing the track, nobody else.
Well, you did it again, and you are definitely one of the big contenders here to move on to the next round, the round of 12. Jamie, who do you have on the 88 that you need to thank?
Of course, everybody with the TRJ karting crew. I can't thank them guys enough. You guys up in the booth, I can't. You guys are doing an outstanding job week after week after week. Blazing Pedals for putting this league on. Of course, was it the Pride Outdoor Network for putting up with us and putting on a good show for us. Thanks.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again on a victory. It seems like we've said that many times this season, and we may not be done yet. Jamie Walker in the 88, your race winner here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for coming on out to Darlington live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and over at Pride Outdoor Network as we continue on next week. It looks like short track action for the next couple of weeks, guys. And, well, I'll tell you, we've seen these guys in short tracks, and it can be different.
I mean, short tracks are always fun, and yeah, we got a next couple of weeks there, and like I thought it was Bristol first, but it's Richmond on September 20th. On September 27th, we head to Bristol, and that's going to finish out the round of 16 before we head into the round of 12. Then we got Vegas, Talladega, Charlotte, and then the round of 8 at Kansas, Texas, Martinsville, and then we get to wait for these guys to vote to find out where we're going to be for the championship. There's only going to be 4 drivers going to be racing for that championship on November 22nd. I can't wait to figure out what track we're going to.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Terry, your thoughts for tonight's race?
Awesome race, I thought. I hate to say it, but I really thought we was going to have a few more cautions than what we did. I'm glad we only had a couple. I'm very impressed with the way everybody handled the track tonight. Just a little bit of practice I done. I couldn't get a hang on it, but I thought everybody done exceptionally well tonight, and congratulations to Jamie. And I will have stats for you guys next week and the week after, because we have ran Bristol, we have ran Richmond, so repeat tracks, guys.
Yeah, repeat tracks are getting ready to come at us. Let's take a look at the race results for tonight's race. And Jamie Walker is your race winner. Brian Dees, Dalton Kilroy picking up the top 3. Then it's Corey Sherman in the 3 car, bringing home 4th spot for TNA Motorsports. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, John Perkins, Joshua Rutherford, even though he ran out of fuel, ends up in the top 10 in 8th spot. Nico Kie takes 9th. Ian Habiak, top 10 finish and 10th spot. How about Aaron Bockover, who continuously fought here tonight? He comes home in 11th spot in that number 44. Corey Rutherford in 12th. Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson, 13th and 14th. That's the father-son duo. Blake Decker brings home 15th spot. Ty Morosco, Eric Garrison, and Marquis Smith rounding out the top 18. And let's see what else we got. We got David Bennett, 19th, and, well, Terry Foster out of TNA Motorsports. Terry, it's like you didn't even race here tonight. 221 laps down. What the heck?
I didn't even make a lap, did I?
No, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you once again for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network or over to the PrideOutdoorNetwork.com. Make sure to check us out here on the Turn 3 Racing Network live just about every single night for our whole Turn 3 stable. Stay safe and good night, everybody.